Hello, hello. Thank you all for joining us for our third webinar. How amazing is that? I'm Katie Johnson. I'm an ambassador here at UVU, and I've got a bunch of other great ambassadors here to talk to you more about a very super cool subject. And I personally believe that it is something that really defines what UVU is, and that's diversity and inclusion. And to talk about this more, we have representatives from our school that know everything about it and how it works with universities and how we can implement it more in our lives. So without further ado, we're going to pass it off to them. But before, we just want to let you know and remind you that we have a Q&A section at the top right corner. And if you have any questions at all, we have ambassadors out there ready to answer any questions you have. So do that during the event, after the event. We are just super excited to hear from you. So yeah, let's take it away.
Okay. Hi guys, my name is Melanie Wolf and I am also an ambassador, but I'm also part of the Multicultural Student Council. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. I also have someone else from the Multicultural Council, Sarah, that will be helping me. So I want to talk more about what is MSC and what its purpose is. So you can go to the next slide. Did it go?
There we go.
Okay. So this picture was taken last year. So this isn't, well, just kidding, I lost it. That's low. Okay. So that picture was for the council last semester. So we've had some people come in and leave. But the mission is to advocate for the success of the unrepresented students. And we do that by three things: is creating a sense of belonging that validates marginalized identities. We also facilitate spaces that increase awareness around cultural diversity and social inequality. And we also do that by providing opportunities for education equity. So we'll just go to the next slide and we'll talk about the benefits of being part of it. I mean, the requirements, sorry.
Okay, cool. My name's Sarah, and like Melanie said, I'm also part of the council this year. This is my first year, and we do have a couple of requirements to be on the council. So it's first school, and then it's second the council, because we're here for school. A couple of the requirements are to have a 3-point at the time of your application, and when you get onto that council, you have to maintain a 2.5. You have to be a full-time student, so that requirement is at least 12 credits. That's about 4 classes. You have to attend the required recruitments and the trainings, attend the meetings, which is usually about twice a week, attend the required events and activities, and a commitment to the council, and a commitment to advocate for diversity, the multicultural students. And we'll go on to the next slide, the benefits.
Okay, so the benefits of being a part of MSC, well, you create great friendships, and you're able to learn more about social issues that are happening in the world, and you're also awarded a scholarship. So depending on the position that you get, whether you are just a committee member or a coordinator, depends on how much scholarship money you would get. So in that sense, that is kind of the benefit, the scholarship that you would get. We can go to the next slide.
The 3 main parts of the council breaks it up into 3 councils: the academic branch, the activities branch, and the communication branch. I'm part of the academic branch, and with that branch, we have those chairs. So you have the activities chair, you have the academic chair, the communication branch. I'm part of a committee member, which is about 4 people, and within those 3 branches, we have a committee that goes and represents the whole council, and we like all communicate how to get those activities and inclusion. And we'll go to the next slide.
Okay, awesome. So I'm actually currently in the activities branch. So just to read that little paragraph, says create and promote activities and events that will celebrate, share, and validate the interests of diverse student populations. So directly or indirectly through MSc or multicultural student services in general. So that is a picture from our opening social last semester. We did bowling with pizza, and it was really fun to get to know different people. Now things have changed a little bit. We did a virtual opening social last week, and it was loteria, so that's basically Mexican bingo. It was really fun. People got to join virtually, and we were able to give prizes out. So that was one of the things that we did this semester, but hopefully in the future we'll be able to be together in person for that. And you can just go to the next slide. Something new that the activities branch is also doing is doing a monthly forum. So it is a student of color forum. So we had it last month, or we'll have it this month, October 21st at 6:30 p.m. And this is basically a place for students of color to come and talk about their struggle, their success, and be able to connect with people that feel the same way. Sometimes we're not able to express ourselves the way we want to, or find people that share those situations. So it's a really great space to come and talk, and it was very successful last month, and we're going to continue doing that. Hopefully in the future we'll be able to do weekly, but for now it's monthly, and it's virtual through Teams. So in our Instagram, the link will usually be there as well. You can go to the next slide. Okay, so these are just some pictures of a retreat we had last year. So being part of MSc, we also do fun retreats. We went to Sand Hollow Reservoir. It was super fun. We had workshops. We had team bonding activities. We got to go cliff jumping. It was super fun. So that's a couple things we like to do also through the activities branch. We can go to the next slide. And we also did have a Christmas social. So we were all very different last year, bringing in new people. So we had a Christmas social to be able to invite the people we knew as well, and just be able to have a good time with food. And we wore ugly Christmas sweaters, so that was pretty fun to see. And of course, the activities branch was in charge of that as well. I believe the next slide, it goes to the academic branch. So you can move on to that.
And academic branch, I'm part of that branch. And what the academic branch is we create meaningful activities and events that highlight kind of special topics. And one of our really main events is diversity dialogues. We pull out some issues. A couple semesters ago, we did a Black Matters Live, and it was a very popular event, and a lot of people showed up. And we used to have free food, but this year with COVID, it's a little bit different, but it's still a lot of people come, and there's a lot of insight that different topics that we're talking about. And even some professors offer extra credit, especially now since it's through Zoom. It's out of your way, it's out of your time, and we just talk about issues that affect us. And then next slide. This was another diversity dialogue in the spring semester. It was during the time of October, so it was about appropriation versus appreciation, just with minorities and just like costumes, trying to talk about those hard topics. We also have another event that is coming, that is on the next slide. It's My Dreams Are Not Illegal. We have a group of panelists. It's with DACA professionals, and it's about an hour. It's October 13th, Tuesday at 5 p.m. And it's free. You join and you listen in, and there's like a Q&A after those speakers have that panel.
Okay, awesome. And this is the last branch we have. I was part of this branch last school year. So the communication branch is basically in charge of the communication between us, the MSC, and the school. And it's usually done through social media posts, flyers, and just communicating with different groups on campus. So that is our Instagram name and on Facebook as well. So that's usually where we post most of our upcoming events. And being part of this branch, you're able to decide on the post, decide on the stories, and how to incorporate your creativity into the flyers. So you can go to the next slide. And these are just some of the flyers that were done mostly last semester. They're able to work, the branch members are able to work with the coordinator and come up with different ideas on what they want to put on those posters, and then being able to talk to the school to promote it all around the school. And then we can just go to the next slide. And basically that is MSC. We have those 3 branches. Applications to be part of MSC do open in spring. And just for more information, you can contact that number, that email, or even contact us through our social media. If anyone has any questions, we'd be willing to answer them. We don't know everything, but if we do, we'd be willing to answer any questions anyone has.
Awesome. Thanks so much, guys. We're going to turn it over to Maya, and she's going to talk a little bit about her experience being in the Multicultural Center and what that's been like for her. So let me just... Sorry, computer complications.
Okay, can everybody hear me? Sweet. Okay. Hi, guys. First off, thanks for taking time out of your day to come and visit in our webinar today. My name is Maya Ringamoto. My dad is Rituman, and so Rituma is a very small island by Fiji. It's about kind of the size of Utah Lake, actually. And my mom, she's here from Orem. And they met at BYU Hawaii, and that is how I am here. I am on the Cultural Envoy Leadership Program. However, I am a freshman, and so I'm going to kind of describe to you guys how that happened. So CELP came, my first exposure was they performed at lunchtime at my high school. And my cousins were performing a Fijian number there, and my uncle, Victor Narmisulu, he is the director in charge of the Envoy program, and he was there too. And so I got to talk to them a little bit about the program. It was my junior year, and so I wasn't seriously considering it, but it was on my mind. And then they also performed at UVU Day my junior year when I came and visited and checked it out and everything. And that was the moment I was like, that would be so cool to dance and share my story. And so because my original dream was I wanted to go to BYU Hawaii and dance for PCC, Polynesian Cultural Center. Due to uncontrollable changes and circumstances, I wasn't able to do that. And so it was a really great opportunity to have this opportunity at UVU I didn't even know existed. And so I joined the ambassador program, and Makana Santiago was my manager. She really put her arm around me and made it more comfortable and made me more comfortable and confident with becoming part of the program. And so being a freshman, it was amazing to see how fast and how easy I got accepted and cared for in the Multicultural Center. We not only have the Pacific Islander Initiative, but we also have the Native American Initiative, LGBTQ, we have Latino, and we have the African Diaspora initiatives. And so everyone has a place. And basically what we do is well, now that COVID exists, we used to go to high schools and dance and share our stories, basically making sure that you don't have to leave your home at home. You have a home here, and people appreciate when you share your stories. Victor, not only, he more transformed the program into more of an academic program where you can get support with our advisors, and they help you with studies and have checkups that you can stay on top of things with them there. I also received the UVU Cultural Diversity Scholarship. It is a great scholarship. I highly recommend it. The deadline is February 1st, and you just basically tell your story in the application. And it's been such a great opportunity there for me too. Overall, cultural diversity and inclusion at UVU is beyond amazing. Just last night, we had an event called Common Ground. Our university president, Astrid Timunes, she was the main speaker, and we had members of LGBTQ everywhere. We had members from different religions, different cultures, and we all came together and discussed like current issues or past issues, and we just had a really good conversation. And like you heard from the Multicultural Student Council there, that we hold diversity dialogues. There's a ton of opportunities that you can feel welcomed here at UVU. And me personally, again, being a freshman, it's amazing how my mind was open to all of these. And people, my biggest advice is don't be afraid. At Utah Valley University, there's a place for you. You just got to reach out. If you have any questions of who to reach out for CELP or any of that, just drop it in the Q&A and we will provide those resources for you. Anyways, I think that is it. That's all I got prepared.
Thanks so much. We love hearing from people about their experiences with the Multicultural Center and with diversity at UVU. And we're so grateful that you prepared your story for us. We're going to go to Sania next, and she's going to share about the Diversity Committee with Ambassadors, which is another way that we promote diversity at UVU.
Okay, can y'all hear me? Perfect. So, my name is Senia Ogden, and I am also a freshman here at UVU this year, and I can't even explain to you how much I love this school. And at first, I wasn't sure why I was supposed to come here, and I'm still figuring out why I'm here, but one of the biggest reasons I know I'm here is being a part of the ambassador program here, and also being able to get to know so many different types of people all around campus, because there is such diversity and unity here on campus, and we strive to continue to make it that way. Tonight I want to talk to you all about how, as a UVU ambassador, we're like recruitment ambassadors, we have different committees in our program, and one of the ones that I'm actually a part of is our inclusion committee. And when we were having to choose what committee we wanted to be a part of, I knew exactly that's the one that I wanted to be a member of. I actually, about 9 months ago, I got home from a church mission, Spanish speaking, and clearly I'm not native Spanish speaking, but I was able to truly, during that time that I was on my mission, I was able to get into a different culture and able to love learning a new language in the different ways that people reacted and lived their lives in the Hispanic culture. And I absolutely fell in love with it. And I wanted to continue to be a part of that, and to be able to branch out even more in my life of different people, whether they're from a different country, speak a different language, if you have different beliefs or thoughts, to be able to, everyone can be included in that way. And so in our inclusion committee, we hold different events around campus, and we specialize in unity and diversity as we strive to offer resources and a unique experience to prospective students who are a part of different minorities around campus and around the world. When we go to, we'll hold different webinars or hold different meetings, and one of our big, we hold different events out the year, but the one that we do have coming up is our first generation conference. It is such a cool opportunity for people to go to college for their first time, and to even if you're the first one in your family, to be able to go and to give people the resources and the love and support that they need as they're starting that crazy journey, which is college. And so as many of the girls have said before in this, is that UVU there is a place for you at UVU. UVU is a place for you, that there is a place down every hallway. There's a person in every class that you can learn something from, be able to grow as a person. You'll be able to find your niche here if you really want to. And thank you so much for taking the time out of your day tonight to listen to this, and let us know if you have any questions, just like they said in the box.
Oh, so I believe I am going, though Sadie, I think you were muted. So what I want to talk about is LGBT student services here at UVU. And the thing I want to talk about is how a lot of the times as queer individuals go into college, it can feel really isolating because you're not quite sure like who to talk to, because being in a minority that isn't always visible, you can feel that there isn't anyone out there who can understand your experiences or you can really connect with. Not that there's like cisgender or heterosexual people you can connect with, but there is a difference between talking to someone who shares the same experiences as you as those who don't. And that's one of the things that I really struggled with until I really discovered LGBT student services and other services at UVU. Is in high school, I felt really isolated because I felt like I didn't know where to turn to help other people, like to be helped with understanding my own queerness and the queerness of others. And but going into UVU, there's LGBT student services, which is in the liberal arts building. It's very clear. They have like a bunch of murals and stuff, and you can immediately recognize that they're there. And they do a lot of events. They have like bowling nights and all these things where you can just come and connect with other queer students, and also cisgender and heterosexual people are welcome as well if you want to learn about the queer community and LGBT people. Then that's awesome. And the thing is, LGBT student services is not just here for UVU students, it's here to support the queer community at large. Recently, earlier this year, there was some difficulty and emotional hardship with certain students of another school here in Utah because of certain emotional and certain policy changes that were quite emotionally difficult on queer students. At that university. And then the LGBT student services came together and was like, we need to support these students from another university that are hurting right now. And so they did a support night where they brought therapists from Encircle, which is a queer support and therapy organization. And they made care packages for these students. And they really wanted to make sure that they were seen and mattered. And it's not and that's one of the things I love about LGBT student services, is that they care about queer people, whether they're attending UVU or a part of UVU staff, or if they're just out in the world other places. And they really just want to help connect people and to make sure that we're all welcome and loved, regardless of our gender, regardless of our sexual orientation. And regardless of any other things that may be roadblocks for us in this in society. And that's one of the things I love about UVU is you can come as you are. You don't have to change yourself. You don't have to hide. You don't have to be in the closet to be here at UVU. You can be who you are. And that's what's really awesome, is that there's a place for you. And if you have any questions about LGBT student services, or again about any of the other stuff we've talked about throughout this webinar, feel free to drop them in the Q&A. That'll be awesome. And that's all I have prepared for y'all.
Corey, that was amazing. I think that is so cool. Just as we are switching over, thought I'd give a shout out to everyone that's gone so far. Sania and Maya, I think you guys are amazing. It's me again. Okay. UVU is the biggest college in Utah. There are over 40,000 students, and that's a lot. That's a lot of students. And the biggest reason for that is because UVU is a place for you, and it's a place for me, and it's a place for everyone that's talked so far. And I've really enjoyed my experience in college because all my college friends are so unique and different, and they've helped me to gain a better and greater perspective on the world. And isn't that why we go to college anyways, is to deepen our perspective and meaning about the world and how to be a part of it. I really think that UVU embodies this really, really well. And yeah, so that was our diversity and inclusion webinar. We are so happy that you attended, and we really, really hope that if you have Q&A or questions, we want to answer those. And if you want to reach out to us after this, we can leave our info. We just want to be here for you and for your friends, and we want to help you in any way possible. But yes, thank you for attending, and we will be having more webinars soon, not next week, but the weeks after that for sure. So look out for it on your social media, and thank you so much.